Hello everybody, Shane1288 here with your weekly RuneScape Byte for Monday, August 12th, 2019. This week brings the Combat and Slayer portion of the Summer Escape, and with that means that all things Combat and Slayer, and those related to it, are getting a buff this week. This includes an increased chance of rare drops and enhanced lucky items. All charm drops will give one more charm than normal. Shattered Worlds grants 100% extra Shattered World anima. Note this if you want to start stocking up for the revamped sigils. You'll have the ability to loot from the Mazcap raids once per day, a 25% increased drop rate on Torm Grimoire pages from Solak. All Slayer assignments will be treated as if they're using a VIP ticket. 25% increased Slayer XP across the board, which includes Reapers. You have a choice of Boss Slayer assignments and a 10% increased Ushabti catch chance when you're going for your Slayer Codex. So now while we've recently had a double XP weekend, a currency event, and now the Summer Escape, there's a sense that the players are being pumped full of experience for lack of bigger content updates. The last huge content update was Anachronia, and one of the major rebrands we saw in 2018 by Jagex was to bring a focus to the company's living games. Live games, if you will, are games that provide a dynamic flow of content and attempt to keep players engaged with benefits that they couldn't normally get. And live game dynamics are what keeps people coming back all the time to hit mobile games that you find on the iOS and Android app stores. So while RuneScape is still in a closed Android beta, the framework is there to implement a successful mobile game once RuneScape Mobile is released to the masses. We discovered this last week on the podcast when one of our co-hosts had not been realizing that he could actually make use of the benefits that was provided, and at the end of the day, he's actually playing more this week than he normally would. And that's what live games do. Once you actually dive in and figure out what's happening, they increase engagement for all kinds of players across the board. I know that's certainly happening with me in the player-owned farm. So now moving on to the patch notes for this week, a couple of quick Anachronia changes. They have added some quick chat options, in particular for completing X amount of laps on the Anachronia agility course, as well as your fastest lap time, and that you have X number of base camp resources of all the different kinds of resources. Also, I have built X tier base camp building. I have X number of hunter tokens, and I have successfully tracked and hunted X number of big game dinosaurs. Moving on to some combat changes, the Devil's Snare special attack will no longer continue after the NPC has died. I noticed this one when I was fighting those, so that's nice to see. Mandrith's co-op Slayer task will now award 8 co-op points when completed. The Tuska's Wrath ability now works with the elves in God Wars Dungeon 2 while on task. Fixed an issue where the Slayer kill count was decreasing twice if a tagged target was killed by another player. The Elven Ritual Shard will now be dropped rather than destroyed if killed when Scald in the Wilderness, and this Elven Ritual Shard comes from the Lost Grove. A safe spot while fighting Moss Golems has been removed. Tuska's Wrath now works correctly with Lava Strike Worms and Dragons when on task inside Elite Dungeon 2. Poison damage will no longer reduce your invention charges. And then finally, some other little changes here and there. Fixed an issue where players could cause a movement stall by alternating digging with a spade while reading a book. Untradeable items will now show their item value when inside loot interfaces. And finally, they have added a skill level to Dungeoneering skill door examine messages. And if you currently have 5 box traps laid down and your hunter level falls below 80, the traps will no longer disappear if you try and repair one. That's it for the Weekly Byte. We'll be back this weekend with another episode of RSBANDB Update right here on this YouTube channel. If you found this video at all useful, like and subscribe. You can also join us in our friends chat BitsBytes or in Discord at rsbnb.com/discord. See you then, everyone.